I don't believe justice was done for my daughter. I don't believe there was an attempt to bring justice to my daughter, for my daughter, let me say that. As far as in, I know my husband, you know, there is an open investigation, so we're limited to what we can say, but I did receive a telephone call from the investigator stating that that he confessed. He didn't ask for details, meaning I'm wanting to know what happened. I wanted to know where my daughter is, but they're not telling me anything.
We have a developing story for you in the disappearance of an 18-year-old woman. This afternoon, the Bibb County Sheriff's Office says the disappearance of Gabriella Dixon may be a homicide.
The 18-year-old was reported missing last week, and the family called the Sheriff's Office for help.
Never just see her or hear from her. It's heartbreaking.
Right now, the family says they want to bring their daughter home.
Camila Williams spoke with the family about their suspicions and why they want justice.
Gabriella Dixon didn't disappear without warning. She warned everyone. At just 18 years old, she documented her fear in real time, posting about isolation, threats, and physical violence at the hands of the father of her children. She explained how he turned her own family against her. She went to the hospital. She filed police reports. Deputies told her to get a protective order. 6 weeks later, she vanished from Macon, Georgia. Her posts didn't read like speculation. They read like a roadmap that everyone could see, and no one stopped. This is the story of Gabriella Dixon and how the danger wasn't hidden. It was already known. Welcome back to Killers Among Us. Here, we examine obsession, control, and the psychological fractures that turn ordinary lives into crime scenes. These are stories about people who didn't look dangerous, people who blended in, people no one stopped until it was too late. I post new cases up to 2 times a week, so if true crime, missing persons, and psychological deep dives are your thing, consider subscribing and turning on notifications, because the most disturbing cases are the ones that feel close to home. Now, let's get into today's case. Gabriella Dixon, known to most people as Gabby, was only 18 years old. She was already a mother of 2. Living in Macon, Georgia, Gabby was trying to balance adulthood before she ever had a chance to be a teenager. Her life was tied to Reginald Harris, the father of her children. Their relationship was described as on again, off again, and complicated. But what looked complicated from the outside was something far more dangerous. It was domestic violence, and Gabby documented it in detail. Gabby wrote that when she first became pregnant, everyone trusted Reginald. Everyone liked him. Everyone believed he was a good young man. But behind closed doors, her reality was very different. She described feeling trapped because there was no proof and no one believed her. She admitted she stayed longer than she should have because she didn't want her children to grow up without a 2-parent household. That sentence alone shows the weight she was carrying. The abuse began when Gabby was just 16. She wrote, "The first time, he apologized and said he snapped. He said it would never happen again. It did." Gabby described how Reginald studied her weaknesses and used them. She wrote, "He knew I was the black sheep of my family, so he listened to my problems and offered for me to run away to his house. He knew I was shy, so he encouraged me not to have friends. He knew I struggled with my appearance, so first he made me feel beautiful. Then he took that away. He showered her with gifts, with experiences she'd never had, then withheld affection until she chased it. By the time she realized what was happening, she was alone. Reginald didn't just isolate Gabby from friends, he isolated her from her family. She wrote that he encouraged conflict with her mother, that he formed bonds with her siblings, using them to make her look unstable. They wouldn't even tell me when he cheated, she wrote. He was closer to them than he was to me. By the time the violence escalated, she had no one left to confide in. As Gabby got older, the abuse became more frequent. She described feeling disconnected, like she was watching herself from the outside. She wrote, "I thought, this can't be happening to me. I'm only a teenager." Reginald told her, "I didn't leave bruises. What proof do you have? Nobody's going to believe you." After violent incidents, he showed up with flowers, with balloons, and expected forgiveness. One night, after a particularly violent encounter, neighbors finally opened their doors to help Gabby call police. That same night, she called her mother. She felt brushed off, like she was an inconvenience. She wrote, "My family is still friendly with him. They do not care." But she kept trying.
On September 3rd, 2023, Reginald allegedly followed Gabby's car, confronted her, and later sent her a text. "Don't be surprised when I knock on the door." 3 weeks later, on September 23rd, he allegedly attacked her again. Deputies responded. They saw physical evidence. They told her to get a protective order. There is no record that one was ever filed. On October 30th, 2023, Gabby dropped her children off with family. She said she had errands to run. She was supposed to be with Reginald that day. She was never seen again. The next day, her family couldn't reach her. Her mother said Reginald was acting very suspicious. He claimed Gabby was at work, but her laptop was still at home. On October 31st, Gabriella Dixon was reported missing. By November 7th, Reginald Harris was arrested. Charges stemmed from prior abuse. The next day, he appeared in court, facing assault, battery, and threats. Days later, a second arrest was made. 19-year-old Jatarvius Price, charged with false statements and tampering with evidence. Questions multiplied.
The Bibb County Sheriff's Office needs your help tonight finding a missing teenager. Deputies say 18-year-old Gabriella Dixon was last seen in the 1900 block of Pine Hill Drive on Monday. Dixon is around 5'1", weighs about 145 pounds. If you have information or know where she is, call the Sheriff's Office at 478-751-7500.
It's been 1 month since 18-year-old Gabriella Dixon went missing, and her family's doing everything that they can to find her. From Carolyn Creighton Park to right here at the Okmulgee River Trail, Gabriella's family said she's missed, and they just want her to come home safe and sound.
We're doing what we've been doing for the past 32 days now, searching.
Through tall bushes and debris, Dixon's mother, Gabriella Cersei, gathered family members and friends to scour the Macon area to find her missing daughter.
I have no idea what's going on. So as you can see, it's just us searching. There's no help from the police department, with this search.
And when it comes to the police, Cersei says they're still investigating, but haven't kept her in the loop. She last heard from the Bibb County Sheriff's Office 2 weeks ago when there was an arrest made on Reginald Harris, the father of Dixon's children. Harris was arrested on 4 outstanding charges, including aggravated assault, but not in relation to Dixon's case.
Do you just ignore a parent or ignore a loved one if they report that their loved one is missing? You ignore it for a couple days and then you go search?
Dixon's older sister, Reginald Dixon, said it's a sad and stressful situation, but they're not giving up. She's been taking care of her sister's kids, and they want their mother back.
We're not going to give up until we find her, even though the investigators and the mayor and the sheriff department, they're getting frustrated with us and everybody's telling us it ain't got nothing to do with them. We're not going to give up, even though we're basically solving the case ourselves.
Through determination and a strong sense of community, Gabriella's family said they'll search until the end of the world to find her, and they're praying that she's healthy and safe.
So if Gabby is somewhere being held hostage, we love you, we miss you, we want you home today.
In Macon, Simone Soublé, 13 WMAZ News.
On July 24, 2024, construction workers in Monroe County found human remains near Bowden Road. Authorities believed they belonged to Gabriella Dixon. Her mother said the hair and clothing matched. That same day, Jatarvius Price was arrested again, this time on conspiracy charges. Reginald Harris faced new warrants. Both men were denied bond. Gabriella Dixon did everything she was told to do. She documented the abuse. She called police. She went to the hospital. Deputies saw evidence. And still, nothing stopped what came next. She wasn't silent. She was ignored. Gabriella Dixon documented her own danger in real time. She spoke. She asked for help. And 6 weeks later, she was gone. Killers don't always look dangerous. They don't hide in alleys. They live among us. And in this case, the threat wasn't unknown.
Tonight, Gabby Dixon's stepfather speaking with us almost a week after construction workers found her body in Monroe County. Dixon went missing October 30th.
Since then, her family has held search parties and rallies with the hopes of finding her and bringing attention to unsolved missing persons cases. Now the family is turning to prosecutors to bring justice to those responsible for her death.
Camila Williams shares how the family has been doing since Gabby's body was identified a week ago.
How have you been?
We've been trying to make it. We're trying, just take one day at a time.
It's a process for Dura Cersei and the rest of the family since Gabby Dixon was found.
I think it's kind of rough that she was found so close to where one of the suspects were.
Cersei says Dixon's body was found almost a mile from where 19-year-old Jatarvius Price lived. He says if they had looked near there, maybe they would have found her sooner.
Things happen, but we're glad that she's been found. It's more relief that she's been found.
Cersei says the family didn't know who Price was until he was arrested. He says Dixon only knew Reginald Harris, the father of Dixon's children, who was charged with killing her.
And we just, seeking justice. Justice for our daughter. And that's basically what we're looking for.
Cersei says Dixon knew Harris since she was 15 years old. He says Harris was quiet and always kept to himself. Last year, 1 month before Dixon went missing, warrants showed Harris choked her, pointed a gun at her, and threatened to kill her.
Teenagers are going to be teenagers. So there's lots of that they keep away from us that we had no knowledge of. Had we known, then the situation might have been different.
Now the family wants Macon District Attorney Anita Howard to put the evidence together and keep Harris and Price behind bars. While they know it will take time to take this case to trial, they are grateful to those who never forgot his daughter.
We thank them. Now, I guess, like I say, we're just waiting.
But Dixon's family says the process to justice will be one day at a time. In Macon, Camila Williams, 13 WMAZ News.
Now, Mr. Cersei says the family plans a memorial service for Gabby. Harris and Price are currently in the Bibb County Jail.
It was already inside her life. Until next time, stay aware and stay safe.
You're my baby.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Megan Western. About 100 people in the Central Georgia community gathered this morning for a celebration of life service for Gabby Dixon. She went missing back in October 2023, and this July, law enforcement say her body was found near a construction site in Monroe County. Now, family is grateful for the closure, but still mourning for Gabby.
Everybody has been affected by my daughter going on home to be with kids.
That proved true by the number of family, friends, and even strangers who showed up Saturday to honor Gabby Dixon.
A man can live 100 years and not leave a mark. Gabby left a mark.
That mark bled on her former classmates.
And when I felt stupid and dumb and felt like I wasn't intelligent, she pushed me to do better in school. And because of Gabby, she motivated me to go to college.
And the people in the pews as her family told stories of how Dixon shared more than just a similar name with her mother.
You ever met my wife? She's real short in stature, and she is a force to be reckoned with.
She kind of reminded me of a Sour Patch Kid, because you know how they say first they're sour, then they're sweet. She was very compassionate and loved to help others.
That love was engraved in her two babies, her friends, and her siblings. But even in their time of pain and mourning, the family is finding strength in God.
chose to take her away from us at this young age. I'm thankful for God putting us together. I'm thankful for the limited time we were able to have.
Believing God will unite them all again.
I'll see it again. I don't need nobody to tell me I'm going to see it, because God already told me what I need to know.
The family shared their gratitude for all those who came out to the services and who have supported them in the last 9 months.